There's more players than just the parties. I'm Brian Lilley with TheRebel.media. Well, Prime Minister Harper kicked off his election campaign, and he immediately faced one of the forces that's operating against him in this campaign. No, I'm not talking about Tom Mulcair and the NDP. I'm not talking about Justin Trudeau and the Liberals, or even Ontario Premier Kathleen Wynne. No, I'm talking about the media, and this time their obsession with the idea that, well, he's just calling this big campaign to give himself an unfair advantage. Listen to CBC's Terry Milescu quiz the PM on this.
You just said that you thought that the parties should pay for the campaign, not taxpayers. And a lot of voters are bound to find that a very odd statement, considering that you have just loaded tens of millions of dollars of additional costs on taxpayers by deciding to have a much longer campaign in which, not coincidentally, you will have a chance to spend far more than your rivals. Taxpayers will have to subsidize the parties, the candidates, and they'll have to pay more for Elections Canada. Why should voters not conclude that you're giving yourself a financial edge because maybe you think that's the only way you can win?
More a statement than a question, really. The Prime Minister's response, well, the campaign is already on. Take a listen.
Well, first of all, I'll go back and say what I just said. The reality is this, Terry. Everybody knows the election date, and the campaigns of the other parties, as near as I can tell, have already begun. I'm beginning our campaign today. I feel very strongly that if we're going to begin our campaigns and going to run our campaigns, that those campaigns need to be conducted under the rules of the law, that the money come from the parties themselves, not from the government resources, parliamentary resources, or taxpayer resources, and that's what we're doing. In terms of the advantages this party has, in terms of the fact that we are a better financed political party, a better organized political party, and better supported by Canadians, those advantages exist whether we call this campaign or not. What we do by calling this campaign is making sure we are all operating within the rules and not using taxpayers' money directly.
And that's what's going to make this campaign so different. It's going to be more than just the Conservatives against the NDP and the Liberals, or the Liberals against the NDP and the Conservatives. No, you're going to have the NDP and the Liberals and the unions and the media all on one side. Plus, you're going to have Ontario Premier Kathleen Wynne. Did you see that she put out a tweet denouncing this early election call? As if the campaigning weren't already underway. She's calling it a waste of money. Yes, a woman who was at the cabinet table, signed off on spending $1 billion to save 4 Liberal seats just before an election campaign, and she's going to lecture someone else on saving money. A leader of a province who has watched the credit rating go down is going to criticize a waste of money? This is absolutely bizarre, and it's unprecedented because Kathleen Wynne has been campaigning against Stephen Harper for months, and it's going to continue. So you're going to have the other opposition parties, you're going to have the media, you're going to have the unions, and you're going to have a sitting premier of the largest province in the country actively campaigning. You could say it's an unfair fight. That would be accurate, but there's also the fact that on many issues, Harper has reality on his side.